Guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Guitarsenal, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Spaceman pedal. So new that it's newer than new because I've had it for a good little minute before its release date, kind of checking it out. And it's called the Gemini 4, and it's a dual fuzz generator, and the intent of this pedal is to be a blendable fuzz that can go between a silicone to a germanium type of fuzz, which is really cool. You have individual filter and gain controls for each fuzz, and then the knob there in the middle on the top allows you to blend those two together. You have a level control, and then you have a phase switch that can really, turn the fuzz literally upside down and make it do some really crazy things. There's a lot of features to go over. The germanium is kind of considered more of a classic fuzz. Right now in the intro there, I played a few notes using just basically a very low gain germanium side. This pedal has a lot of gain and it's got a lot of treble. So if you're looking for that kind of woman tone, it can be a little hard to dial in like super warm fuzz sounds. And it doesn't really clean up like older fuzzes are known to do. I think the intended purpose of this fuzz from Spaceman is they wanted something that was truly a unique circuit, something sort of new, something that's not just a rehashed version of something that's already been done, right? They're trying to kind of explore new territory, which is something that Spaceman's always been known for. They're handmade in Portland, Oregon with love and attention. I mean, the build quality on Spaceman pedals is superb, very, very high quality units, and this one's no different. I love the light there, the pilot light. You can, dish that out, make it a little bit more or less, crazy if you want, which is a nice feature. Again, the layout of the pedal, in and out, pretty self-explanatory. You've got a 9-volt power, okay? The level knob is really tiny to allow you to kind of set and forget, depending on, getting sort of unity gain with your rig. Here is the super reverb that we're running through. This is a 1972 Les Paul Deluxe with factory mini humbucking pickups. Okay? Hopefully I'm in tune after that expenditure of bending. See what we got. Middle. Treble pickup. All right, so clean sound, very nice. Let's engage the Gemini and we'll go through some pickup settings on its current setting, which is more on the germanium side. We'll get over into blending some of the sides in a moment. The silicone side is a little thrashy. It may not be everybody's flavor, but we'll go over some of these settings in a moment. I personally feel the settings can be a little brash on the silicone side. The germanium warms up quite nicely. The overall intended purpose of the fuzz is not really to go for the classic warmth, though, as from what I can tell. It's more of a extremes side that you can get and sort of blend those things, which is awesome. I wish that the pedal maybe had like a clean blend control where you could kind of blend in the amount of clean like the other one that they have. What's that sucker called again? Not the Polaris. Somebody has my fuzz right now. I loaned it out. What's the one that they can blend the clean in on that Spaceman makes? Anyway, you'll see you'll see the name of that pedal below. I'm so bad with names, but they do make a fuzz where you can blend in some clean, which is really cool. I wish it had a feature like that because some of the, anyway, let me just let you hear some of the fuzz sounds. So here's our germanium side. So that's pretty warm. That's towards the end of warmth on the pedal. As we reverse the filter control in the counterclockwise position, it'll brighten up a good bit. So here's the gain, and all the way on the germanium side about the same. This will get a little brighter, and I may try dialing back the tone on the bridge pickup, see if we can get it a little mellower. But here's it a little brighter. Now, one thing I noticed is when we reduce the volume of the input signal drastically, the pedal doesn't really clean up. It kind of farts out a little bit, which is not a problem. But remember, this isn't made to clean up like a traditional fuzz. Let me back up on the volume. So it sort of starts to lose focus when you really reduce that input signal. It needs like a strong input signal coming into the pedal. That's one thing I noticed. Let's hear the silicone side. I'm going to go all the way over to the silicone side. We'll start with the gain low. I'm going to leave the filter high because, like I said, this pedal is very, very bright. It's got a lot of thrash going on. So let's give this a listen. Gets that kind of thing going on. Okay, you can definitely get in sort of ZZ Top territory, you know. Not bad. Okay, you get that filter to taste, depending on how dark the guitar is. how bright the amplifier is. I mean, we are running through Super Reverb, which is a bright amp, and we do have the bright switch on. And then we are running mini humbuckers, so they are a little bit brighter than a standard Les Paul. So some of that brightness could just be the way I have my rig set up. But you can set that up to taste. And I've got the, the gain set relatively low. Let's bring the gain up into silly territory on both sides. Listen to the higher end of the gain spectrum. Can get there. All right, let's get to the Germanium side. Guys, I'm not a rock player, so forgive me for the sloppiness, but I can always try a little bit, right? Okay. Sounds like some bees taking off from the hive, which, might work for some people. Can definitely get into that fizzy, kind of crazy territory. As we get the phase switch up into the upper position, let's get the filter control, a little bit more on the scoop side. Get our gain a little bit lower. The phase control, when it's inverted, will introduce some really interesting artifacts into the sound, especially if you blend the silicone in. Let's get about 50% silicone and turn the gain real low on the silicone side. And here we should get, with the phase switch in the up position, some really interesting artifacts in the tone. I'll see if I can squeeze out some interesting sounds here. Okay? Let's give it a listen. Try getting that gain up a bit. We do have a input signal. It's a little lower. Let's see if maybe varying those filter controls will give us a little bit better of a sound there. With the tone control on the bridge pickup dished out a bit here. See if we can get some kind of crazy woman fuzz going on. See, it's a little flubby on the low end when you're introducing that phase shift in there. And I think what that phase shift almost gives you is kind of some Proctavia-like sounds out of it when you start blending those fuzzes. So it's kind of plethora of different sounds that you can get out of it. I myself, I'm more of a traditional fuzz kind of guy. I really love a lot of Spaceman's pedals, and I love the fuzzes where you can blend in the cleans a bit and kind of dial in the right amount of octave boost if you want. This can introduce some interesting artifacts, and it can give you some awesome fuzz tones. The silicone side is a little brash for my ears. It could just be my rig. Again, I would play through one and see what you guys think. The germanium side, is wonderful and very, very warm if it's set up just right. And again, let's try on a really low gain setting, and we'll leave that filter up a bit, and let's turn the phase up in the position that we were getting, everything kind of farting out a little bit with the silicone side. Let's just reduce everything to 0 on the silicone side, and let's see what that upper phase switch sounds like on the germanium side. That's something we haven't heard yet, is isolating those a little bit. Not bad, okay? Even with those artifacts being brought in with the phase switch inverted, it does give some sort of high presence, almost a Proctavia sort of thing that's in there, but not in a way that covers up the chords in a bad way like a true flat-on Proctavia or octave style pedal would do. So really interesting pedal. I tried my best to deliver hopefully some good sounds. Some of the sounds were a little brash, but I wanted to give you an idea of the tonal range of the pedal. I think it's a killer fuzz. Anything that says fuzz on it, I'm on board, okay? I'm on the train. I'm there. I'm ready when y'all are. But thank you for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we post every Monday and Friday here on Guitarsenal. Make sure you tune in for our videos. We really appreciate the support. And this has been the Spaceman Gemini 4. Wonderful fuzz pedal. I dig it. And definitely want to, give the folks at Spaceman a special thanks for sending this unit out early to let me demo. I was able to get my hands on this pedal early by their generosity, and I definitely appreciate them doing that for me. It's a cool pedal, and I really like Spaceman stuff. They're putting some really good work into their stuff, and there's always something in their line for everybody. But the only slight detriment that I'll say about Spaceman is that if you like something that they make, you better buy it because they're made in small batches, okay? A lot of pedals. Now, some of them they have as like a full line item where, they'll usually keep quite a few of them in stock, but some of these pedals don't get made for very long. So it's kind of one of those things, like if you want one, you sort of have to snatch it up before they move on to something else. They're always like mad scientists up there coming up with all kind of random stuff. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. We really appreciate it, and we'll see y'all next time. All right, a couple more chords. I'll tell you what, this time with the phase off, I think the germanium's my favorite flavor with that filter control bumped up pretty high, leave the gain kind of low, and then blend in the silicone as needed if you need that kind of beehive kind of thing going on, which is not for everybody, but it's a cool sound. All right, let's have some fun here. Quiet in operation, no hum, no hiss, no weird artifacts other than when I want it to.